Lynn and I are heading up to the Lakes region of New Hampshire, and we drive by this Jeep, a flat fender. I go, "Ooh, Jeep, for sale." Lynn goes, "No." I tell her, if it's there when we drive home, we're going to stop and look. It was, we did. A 1946 CJ2A in really nice shape. Give the owner a down payment and tell him we'll be back tomorrow to pick it up. When we get there with the trailer, he tells me he had 3 other calls. Sometimes you just got to know when to pull the trigger. We pack it up. It's raining like summer. I get it back to my dad's place because at the time, he was the only one with a place to store it. Now, if you're a regular to this channel, then you've seen the videos on this Jeep. Not all things were perfect, but we keep making them better. Now, if you've been following the channel, then you know I'm new at this whole engine rebuild thing. And when I started this, and when I decided to make or build a custom engine, I didn't realize what I was getting myself into. Now, not that it's a problem, because it's not. But what's surprising me is parts availability. So everything is waiting on everything else. Now, for instance, I bought a new aluminum intake. I'm converting this from 2-barrel to 4-barrel. And I bought a new aluminum intake from a pretty famous company. And about 3 weeks in after the order, they had taken my money, but I hadn't gotten the intake. So I called them up, called them twice. When I got a hold of them the second time, they went to search for my order, and lo and behold, a couple days later, the intake's on its way. So we're going to be almost 5 weeks in from the order on the intake to getting the intake here. That surprised me. It just surprised me. The cam, the replacement cam, I could order a stock cam. I don't want to do that. I have this vision for this engine that has been in my head for 50 years. And the cam is not a stock cam. It's going to be a slightly higher, more performance cam. So I go to the company that I want to buy it from. Again, another famous company. They list it. They list it and the kit that goes with the cam, and it's not available currently. Again, I call them up and I say, hey, I'm really interested in buying this cam, but it's listed as temporarily unavailable. The person on the other end of the line says, well, we don't know when they're going to build another one, so just check every Friday. That seems to be a kind of odd way to do business. It's a very difficult way to order parts, especially, again, like I said, when you have this vision in your head. You know, you're doing this custom design for this engine, and you have these parts that you're wanting to use to assemble this engine. So anyway, I wrote them a very polite email asking for some better sense of when this cam and all the components, lifters, valve springs, etc., are going to be available. Timing chain gears are going to be available. We'll see how that turns out. Getting the kit for the rings, the bearings for the crank and the cam, all of that is sort of dependent on what comes with the replacement cam. So everything is waiting on everything else. Long way around of saying that I don't know when I'm going to get back on to that Dauntless, that V6, but there are other little projects on these Jeeps that I want to go after. So the first one I want to go after, or the next one I want to go after, is I want to repair this steering wheel. I've ordered a kit for fixing the cracked plastic. I'll tell you about that when the kit gets here and I begin the repair of this steering wheel. Today, I need to get this steering wheel off the shaft. And I've watched a whole bunch of YouTube videos talking about how this steering wheel comes off the column and how difficult it can be. I've tried tapping on it, and I don't want to keep doing that. This plastic is really brittle, and I don't want to break it. I've already chipped it once. I managed to glue the little chip back in, but I don't want to keep breaking it up. So I'm going to get this thing off as gently as I can. But I'm going to build a puller. And that's sort of today's video. This steering column has been off. I mean, the Jeep's 70 years old, but the column had been off sometime in the relative close past because they restored this Jeep. They rebuilt this Jeep. So I know this steering wheel has been off this column, and I'm thinking that it's going to come off gently, but I'm going to build a puller, as I said, to see if I can't do this, because I don't want to bang or impact the bottom of this plastic any more than I have to, because I don't want to damage it, because I do want to do the repair on this steering wheel, and I do want to reuse it. Why? I mean, there's more available. Just because this whole purpose of this channel, the whole purpose of my life in retirement is learning to do new things and experiencing new things. So today, we're going to pull this steering column after I build a puller. Don't go away. I'm going to take a block of wood, probably about, I don't know, 6 inches, 5 inches wide by 8 inches long, maybe. And I'm going to drill a hole. Now this column is just over 1.5 inches. So I'm going to use a hole saw, and using the hole saw, drill a hole down through that block of wood. And then I'm going to split that block of wood with my bandsaw. I'm going to come up here, clamp it or clamshell it, then I'll screw it with some screws. It'll be loose. I'm going to start with a hammer and just tap up with this. Now, I just mentioned that I think this has been off in its past, relative past, and I'm hoping that they put anti-seize or grease or something in that spline so that if I tap it, it'll come loose. That's where we're going to start. going to put this block of wood around the column, and I'm going to bring it right up against the bottom of the steering wheel, and Lynn is going to clamp it. Now you hold this up. I'll just hold it up over here, and I'm going to do the same thing here. Two ball peen hammers, and I'm going to try to tap from underneath while Lynn holds this up flush against. So you may want to just come up here and up here, because I don't want to hit your fingers either. I'm not holding a lot of warm and fuzzies on this, but let's try this. No. To do a plan B here. I was trying not to have to buy a puller just to get this thing off, because I'll never use it again. All right, let's think about this. So, because I'm still stupid opposed to going and buying a puller, steering wheel puller, I do have my porta power. I have no idea whether this is going to work or not. We're going to give it a try next. Oh, Lord, Lord, Lord. Now I got to figure out which components may or may not do what I want it to do. Is it all wrapped up? Yes. Have I used this? Yes. Can I figure out which is going to be the best pieces to use? Not convinced. I went down to the shop and I trimmed this block down so that I could hold it together with the clamps, so I wouldn't need two people. And I'm going to put the porta power down onto the floor, up into the back of this block, and just start pushing gently and see what happens. It's going to be a little asymmetric on the push, so I'm a little worried about that, but let's give it a try. Boys and girls, I don't want to move at all. Well, the porta power worked. Unfortunately, I was resetting everything up and I turned the cameras off. And let me tell you what I did to make this thing happen. So I had the porta power up underneath here, but I was getting too much asymmetric thrust. So I was pushing on one side and not the other. So I repositioned the porta power, and then I put pieces of steel so that the porta power would pick up both of them, and then began to jack it up, and I was able to put equal pressure on both sides of this. And the last thing I did was take this extended socket and give it a good wrap. And my idea was I was just testing all of this to make sure that I had everything the way it should be before I turned the cameras back on, and lo and behold, one good wrap and it all came apart. Porta power for the win. And it's in good shape still. Oh, and the explosion was spectacular. Everything just came apart. I wish you had seen it. All right, here we go.